This is your weekly trip to paradise, Louisiana style, with Gary Risponi. Paradise, Louisiana is also brought to you by Baton Rouge Coca-Cola Bottling Company, Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change, CCA Louisiana, and the CCA Louisiana Star Tournament, IMCO, and by Farm Bureau Insurance.
Welcome to another edition of Paradise, Louisiana. I'm Gary Risponi, back here at Superior Bait and Tackle on Sigan Lane. And guys, I'm going to tell you what, I haven't been in the woods much. I've been getting a lot of reports and a lot of things that are going on, but it's a good time to be in Louisiana because a few ducks have finally come in on the cold front. Fish are still biting. The weather is hot or cold, whatever you want to wait on. So y'all stay tuned and watch. I got I guess not a slew, but I got a few pictures that have been coming to me from the outdoors, and I'm gonna run them this week. The only thing is constant is what's going on over there in the Pontchartrain Basin with Chaz and Mike Brantley and all the other guys over there in the Slotty area. They're all catching fish. So excuse me a little this morning, I'm a little slow, but when we come back, we got a lot of info. You're watching Paradise, Louisiana from Superior Bait and Tackle.
For the thirsty, for those who hang out in packs, for heroes, for sidekicks, for those who see the glass half empty, for those who see it half full, for those on the right, for those on the left, for those with nicknames, for those with curves, for people that cycle, for people that recycle, for BFFs, for frenemies, for those with style, for lovers, for families, for big families, for everyone.
I've been asking him to change the oil for months now, and he never did. So I finally just went to Benny's. They even washed my car for free. And you know what? It was amazing. Yeah, I left Benny's and got home before Rob even knew I was gone.
Benny? Who the heck is Benny?
As members of a Touchstone Energy cooperative, we've all got a job to do. And the more we work together, the more we save. That's the power of your co-op membership.
Demco, your Touchstone Energy cooperative.
We put faith in our vehicles to connect us. We understand how important it is to have transportation you can rely on. So no matter what the road ahead brings, we'll be there, offering you and your family the support that's made Farm Bureau Insurance a trusted name for over 70 years. You deserve more. You deserve a promise.
This is Don Dubuque asking you to join me as a member of the Coastal Conservation Association. For 30 years, CCA has worked in Louisiana to conserve our incredible fisheries, making sure that our fishing is great today and for generations to come. Whether looking out for redfish and specks, eliminating gill nets, building reefs across the coast, or work at the state capitol and in D.C., CCA is doing what's best for the fish and the sport we love so much. Your $30 membership will ensure that this work and our great fishing endures well into the future. Go to ccalouisiana.com and join CCA today.
baby. That's a log. That's what we're looking for. Chunky butt. Tell you what, these are some good sized fish right here. Good sized fish. Whenever we're fishing these pilings over here in the hospital wall area, it's just a suction zone, especially on a falling tide. Everything from Lake Pontchartrain sucking into the Wrigley's, trying to leave the lake. So you get a lot of really nice fish that stage up over here on this side of the lake. About to break surface in a second. Oh yeah, look at that one. Look at that sucker. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Come on up here and join the party! Catching big trouts. Just switched over to the midnight mullet right there. While that one chills out a little bit, all we're doing is we're just zigging and zagging around all of these old beat up camps in Pontchartrain, and we got plenty of old abandoned camps out here now ever since these hurricanes we get every year. As you saw in some of our previous episodes, fishing out towards Haynes Boulevard, going towards Seabrook, they got some old beat up camps we like that way. We got some camps on this side of the lake. There's no real favorite spots we have out here on these camps. Just the older the camp, the better. The fish really do like these old beat up piers. This section over here by the hospital wall, you got a lot of old abandoned camps. You got the hospital wall itself. You got some camps over there by Treasure Isle. You got the point of Treasure Isle. You just got a lot of spots to fish. And we just try to change it up every episode and just show people how diverse Pontchartrain can be rather than just the bridges. So as the water gets real clean and these fish get in here really good, we start moving around, and this area here is very well known for catching big trout like this one I just caught right here. So see if we get a few more of these tanks. Like he's breaking. I mean, all these fish are studs. That's what we're looking for. That's why we come over here. Oh, and I missed him. That's all right. It's all right. Y'all got to see him shaking his head. I was trying to play him for the camera there. That's part of making dockside TVs. You try to play him in the camera. Let you guys see them fish, get to shake that big yellow mouth. You know, it's just so awesome watching. That's one of my favorite things there is in all of the world, is catching a 20-inch trout and having them shake that head the whole way in. For some reason, those bigger trout, they're really known for coming up, and they want to shake that head the entire time on the entire reel, the entire fight back in. And they're really elusive fish. They do a good job of throwing that hook, and that one got us right there. He's coming up. Oh, shake that head, baby. Shake that head. Dance for me.
I got one too, Chaz.
Dance for me. All right, let me get that in. Here we go. You're snagged. Thought we had a double header, but I'm using the midnight mullet now, and they are thump-a-ruin. This bad boy right here. And them big trout are really known for when that lure's falling at the bottom, your whole line will jump. And we call that the thump, and that's what that fish did right there. He just thumped the mess out of it. We ain't catching a lot in here right now, but the ones we're hitting are really solid fish. There he is. Thought I felt a little thump. That wasn't quite the impressive thump, but look at that. Same size fish. I mean, these are some chunks, chunky butts. Chunky butts. Come here, baby. Come here, baby. Midnight mullet. Pretty awesome. Yeah, baby. Got this one right in the chinny chin. Came over and choked it out. I went to jig it. He caught one in the jugular. All right, whenever you're fishing some of these old camps and beat up pollards over here, your smaller fish are typically going to be way out, you know, like way off the camps. And when they're like that, you're not going to need to go through a lot of jig heads, as you're not going to be up in those structures too heavily. But if you want those bigger fish, you better bring some jig heads, be willing to go through them, and you're going to want to bury that lure deep into those pollards. That's where those big ones are, and they know they just feel safe in there and protected, and they're using those pollards to hide behind and ambush their prey. So make sure to bury that lure deep into them pollards and just be ready to go through some snags. But that's where the big girls live. Rodeo! The other great thing about fishing this side of the lake, fishing these camps and all of these shorelines over here, is at this time of year the birds are almost working every calm day somewhere along here on these big beautiful reds. And we just ran into a flock and doubled up. And that's what you want to do. When you see a bird swoop down, throw in there, throw exactly where it swoops. Just bounce the jig on the bottom. They're usually going to hit it on the fall. But the key is to throw it right where the bird swoops down. The birds will tell you exactly where the fish are. Head in there for me. There we go. Double them up. Give you guys a look at these fish right here. Got this one on the midnight mullet. Ah, he bit the heck out of me. Oh my goodness. Here we are. Two beautiful slots. That's the beauty part about fishing over here, is you always got the birds working on these big reds. You can do this all day if you want. Let's go head first then with them. 1, 2, 3. When you let them go, make sure you let them go head first. That helps flush that water through their gills, and it's a nice, easy release. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Dockside TV. Catching big trout back on the eastern shoreline of Lake Pontchartrain and running into the birds and some bull reds. It's been a really fun afternoon using the midnight mullet matrix shad, which will be in this month's bait box. Make sure to subscribe to the matrix bait box and get your hands on that. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Dockside TV. Get out here and get in on this big trout action, and keep your eyes peeled for the bull reds under the birds. Until next time, good fishing.
I've been asking him to change the oil for months now, and he never did. So I finally just went to Benny's. They even washed my car for free. And you know what? It was amazing. Yeah, I left Benny's and got home before Rob even knew I was gone.
Benny? Who the heck is Benny?
As members of a Touchstone Energy cooperative, we've all got a job to do. And the more we work together, the more we save. That's the power of your co-op membership.
Demco, your Touchstone Energy cooperative.
For the thirsty, for those who hang out in packs, for heroes, for sidekicks, for those who see the glass half empty, for those who see it half full, for those on the right, for those on the left, for those with nicknames, for those with curves, for people that cycle, for people that recycle, for BFFs, for frenemies, for those with style, for lovers, for families, for big families, for everyone.
We put faith in our vehicles to connect us. We understand how important it is to have transportation you can rely on. So no matter what the road ahead brings, we'll be there, offering you and your family the support that's made Farm Bureau Insurance a trusted name for over 70 years. You deserve more. You deserve a promise.
This is Don Dubuque asking you to join me as a member of the Coastal Conservation Association. For 30 years, CCA has worked in Louisiana to conserve our incredible fisheries, making sure that our fishing is great today and for generations to come. Whether looking out for redfish and specks, eliminating gill nets, building reefs across the coast, or work at the state capitol and in D.C., CCA is doing what's best for the fish and the sport we love so much. Your $30 membership will ensure that this work and our great fishing endures well into the future. Go to ccalouisiana.com and join CCA today.
Welcome back to Paradise, Louisiana, and our photo section. By the way, if I get to talk about photos and y'all sending photos, another proud moment for all our friends at Bayou Wild, Paradise, Louisiana, and everything that Chris Lecoq does. This month's article in the Louisiana Sportsman, there's an article by our president at Louisiana Outdoor Writers, Chris Holmes, and it's all about Chris Lecoq. It said, learn from a wizard. And y'all watch our show, and Bayou Wild, you know he is a wizard with his camera and his production and how he makes chicken salad out of chicken feathers with us here. Chris, sit there and tell him, congratulate. I need to sit down, and he got tips on how to get great pictures in the outdoors, how to take your own video. It's a great article. It's in the Louisiana Sportsman. You can get it online, or you can get it in the stores, especially right here. They got them, Paradise, Louisiana, right here in Superior Bait and Tackle. Listen, I want to get all this in because I'm sure we're going to visit Chaz again. Chaz is the most constant going on right now, catching fish and giving you information, what baits to use and how to do it. The captains that I'm getting on these fishing reports right now, I'm going to give you, most of the captains that are calling in right now, I'm getting a few reports from Dulac. I'm getting a few reports now from Delorge. They're also catching bass down there at the same time they are catching. Now, everybody I talk to have been working a little harder for the trout right now, but redfish and bass is just unbelievable, especially in Slidell area. They're going out, catching a limit, and then they got another guy, they call him and want to fish in the afternoon and going out and catching a limit of bass in the afternoon. So, and I'm talking about nice bass. I'm not, they got a lot of marsh bass, small bass, but right now they're catching 3 and 4 pound bass, especially around the Pearl River. So this is a combination report and everything else. So I'm gonna read them off. John Roy and Timmy Trahan, and they're still sending me pictures. They're working their tail trying to find some woodcock. They finally got a few cold days, but it's been so dry and there's not a big production of earthworms. And so it's been hard to find the woodcock, and when they find a woodcock, they don't hold enough. They get a few points. He sent me some pictures of his dogs, Bella and the other dogs. And this is what the bird hunt is all about. Dinah and we've been doing it for years. I haven't done this year. It ends at the end of January. So, excuse me, you're going to have to get out there right now. Now, these few cold days we had and a little bit of rain, it might improve, it might move, but they working hard. It's worth it. Just to kill 8 or 9, they're going out there and they're killing because that's how much they love to see the dogs work. So he sent me some pictures. He also sent me a picture of his granddaughters in the outdoor. One granddaughter killed a big deer in Virginia. That's Megan, and then Caroline, she, let me go through some of these pictures right now, and I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give you a little combination. Slab hunters. Our good friend Brendan Dubrock up there in Catahoula and Larto. The fish have been deep in that warm weather. They've been wanting cold weather. And the cold weather, when the sun shines, it'll move them. They won't be as deep. So, you know, it didn't make sense to me at first when he tell me. He said, but when they do get a few cool days and the wind is not blowing real bad, they're getting on and they're catching them shackle again. You know, they're not stacked. They're using what they normally do when they're using spider rigs, but they're catching some slabs over there in Larto itself. But the duck hunting, right now, he's got people coming from all over the country, and where we shy away because not that many numbers, but they all killing diving ducks, and the people are coming from all over the country. He got people coming from Florida, Michigan, everywhere, and they targeted him canvasbacks. It's not a duck that they hunt a lot, and to them that's a glory duck, just like mallards are for us. And talking about mallards, my friend Dwayne Chapman and them are still going up southwest Arkansas, and they're killing a few ducks. He sent me a picture here of a banded mallard he got. Also, my insurance guy, Scott Abel, was supposed to send me a picture. He didn't do it, but last weekend, he had a great hunt up in northeast Arkansas. That cold front pushed him in. The geese showed up, and the mallards showed up. So the last day, Sunday, they had a tremendous day, and the birds were still coming in when they were on their way home. So we got less than a month, and you want to be hunting. The mallards up in Arkansas and the north part of Louisiana is good. Tinsaw, not so good. My friends, they had one good day early in that first cold front. They got all excited, had a bunch of people up there. They all killing deer. Deer rutting, the people killing deer everywhere. All his guests are coming. Bobby Black and them are killing deer. But they wanted to do a combination, and the ducks, they left. They were there 1 week, and they're gone the next. So that's the duck part. My brother and them in Port Barry not killing a lot of ducks. I ain't heard from some of the other people that have been hunting there. Duke had been going over there by himself. He works all the time at the restaurant, but Duke Landry went over there, and he's killing 3 or 4, and he's just like those woodcock guys. He just got to get out. As hard as he works, he goes by himself. Every little moment he can get, he goes out there. If he got to be by himself, and him and his dog. So, Duke, you're one of my heroes. I'm going to tell you that now. Let me look through this thing. I don't want to miss anybody. Major Paraka, my good friend's grandson in Alabama, the excellent athlete, ball player. Right now, he was killing his deer. He got off the deer, and he's been ducks. They've been killing limits of ducks in Arkansas. He's been taking his girlfriend and some of his other friends. So, congratulations, Mayor. His daddy bought them boys a gator tail, and they always in that water. They always in the woods when they're not playing sports. So they're some of the shining stars in the outdoors. And you see all these young girls are coming up. Again, I told you, and nothing makes my heart jump. My daughters and them came up. They did more fishing than hunting. But my youngest daughter killed her first turkey when she was in high school, and she would always beg to go on a duck hunt. And so just get those youngsters, especially those young girls in the outdoors. Do like the trout. John Bernard sent me another picture. Him and Pat Terrio, they're fishing the gulp, the glow chartreuse under a cork. Also the matrix shad, they're fishing under a cork, the same 4-horse cork, they're fishing them. And they shrimp creole is the color on that one. I got a little bit of news on. I'm not going to get too deep in there, but it was in the article in the Advocate this week. Joe, in the Wildlife and Fisheries meeting, they come up. All the new rules right now has to do with the youth license. Before when you were 15 and under, you didn't even have to have no license. But right now, 17 and under, correct me, call it Wildlife and Fisheries, but you're going to have a license now. It ain't but $5, and you can get all your tags and everything like you were doing. There's a reason that they did this. I'm sure it has to do with how much money we get through when you have more people you have license, whether it costs $30, they cost $5. And so it's going to have a lot to do with how much money we'll get in funds that are coming from the federal government. Now, one other thing, I'm not going to talk anymore about it before I get in trouble, but go to the Wildlife and Fisheries, the website. You read Joe Macalusa's article in the papers. He's always got something in there, and I'm sure something will be coming out in the Louisiana Sportsman. Now, one more thing. Let me see. I got them all. John Roy, I hope you see what we got to him. I hope your pictures are good. Y'all read that article by Chris in the Sportsman that tells you how to take better pictures and better video. Article in the Sportsman. Yep. Do like trout. New license. I might have left something out, but keep sending me those pictures. Be sure the sun is to your back and in your subject's face. Hold it still. Make sure it ain't too bloody and ugly on a deer. Send it to Gary at ParadiseLouisiana.com. God bless y'all. Keep watching Paradise, Louisiana. I promise you I'm going to get in the woods and the outdoors pretty soon. You're watching Paradise, Louisiana, Superior Bait and Tackle.
Paradise, Louisiana is also brought to you by Baton Rouge Coca-Cola Bottling Company, Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change, CCA Louisiana, and the CCA Louisiana Star Tournament, IMCO, and by Farm Bureau Insurance.